All right, we are back again today. Hello, beloveds. Welcome to another Eclectic Tarot live stream. And today we are going to be spiritually looking into the um the David case. Is that how you say his name? Is that how you say his name? Um and just to make sure you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat if you please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Um, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Let me grab my water. Okay, I have my water. Let me grab some lotion for my hands because I just can't be here in front of you all without lotion for my hands. So let me grab my lotion for my hands and we're gonna get into it. So please, as you're coming in, please like the video. All right. All right, I have my lotion for my hands. Yes, please come in and like the video. Let me just tell you all that I don't know much about this case. All I know is that this gentleman, is his name David? Is that right? I don't even know how to say his name. It's D4vd. I don't even know how to say his name, but all I know is that this gentleman, this guy, this person, uh, the body of a missing teenager, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, was found in the trunk of his car. And he has now been ordered by a court to stand trial. He's been ordered by a court to, baby, you got to go to the court. So that is all I know about this case. I don't know if he's a musician. I don't know what he does. I have never seen this child before. So say about that what you will. So I will be answering your questions today. I think I'm going to go with the divination rod today because my hands are a little cramped for shuffling. So we're going to stick with the rods today. So let me go ahead and get that up. Let me get these comments on the stage. Wide, medium, so people can see. Yeah. So like I said, I don't know much about him, but all I'm gonna say is, if it were me and or you, and the body of a missing child was found in the trunk of our car, and this child missing and is dead, all I know is if it was me or you, baby, there would be hell to pay. We would definitely be in them courts. So, yeah. So let me say hi to everyone and let's see. Let me say hi to everyone. Let's get this show on the road. So let me say hi to everyone. Empress was here. Empress says, uh-oh. 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 Is StreamYard freezing? I think StreamYard may be freezing. Let me refresh. I'll be right back. Okay, I had to refresh. I'm back. Okay, let's see if this works now. Okay, Empress says, I've been following this case for some time. It's so disturbing. Right. Hey, sexy RN, Honeydew Brown, Sleepy B, Donna. Okay, you said it is David. Okay. And then Donna asks, wait, 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 slow down. Slow down, hold on. How does one just stumble upon a dead body? Baby, from what I from the news story, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, the dead body of that teenage girl was found in the trunk of his car or a car that he owns. So I don't know. I don't know. Hey, CS. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm okay. Yes, I am okay. I'm okay. Always a lot going on, but I am okay. Okay, perfect. You said the text messages coming out are so crazy. I haven't seen any of that. I have not seen any of that at all. So I do not know. I do not know anything about this at all. I don't know anything about no text messages. I don't know anything about I don't know. So all of this is new and news to me. So I don't know anything, but I will be answering your questions though. Uh-huh. I'm answering your questions today. So remember, for those of you who are new here, um, please go ahead and put a purple heart or a purple crystal ball next to your question so that I know that you are asking a question. That way I can differentiate your question from any of the chat that's going on in the live stream, okay? All right. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to, like I said, my hands are a little crampy from the from shuffling and holding the cards and stuff like that. And then like I've been like lifting weights and stuff like too. So my hands and my wrists are a little crampy. So we're going to stick with the rods today. As you know, when I work with my rods, I hold the darker handled one in my left hand, the lighter one in my right hand. Okay, and all movements by the rods are the rods themselves. It's not me. Okay, so we're gonna go with the first question from Empress Kia. From Empress Kia. Okay, and let me get this together. Okay, Spirit, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for being with us today. Spirit, Empress Kia asks, does Celeste Rivas Hernandez's family know more about a relationship that she may have had with David than is believed? Does her family know more? Okay, they said yes. The rod said yes. Yes. So her family knew more. Okay, thank you for the answer, Spirit. Thank you for the answer, Spirit. So, Spirit, what you are saying is that Celeste Rivas Hernandez, her family knew that she had some type of relationship with David. Okay, yes. Yes, they say yes. They say yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next question, and I'm going to try not to um I'm going to try not to move my hand so much because I want to stay in the flow of the energy. So I will be reading the questions. I'll be reading the questions off. Okay, thank you so much for answering that, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from CS. CS asks, was the death of Celeste some sort of ritual? Was the death of Celeste some sort of ritual? No, the death of Celeste was not some sort of ritual. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, quick interjection from Donna. Donna asks, can I teach us the principles of the rods one day because I'm still confused on how they work? Okay, so the rods are made of wood and they are made of a conductive metal. So copper, these are copper rods. Copper is a metal that electricity and electrical signals flows easily through. They have on the tips of my rods, I have amethyst crystal balls because amethyst is a crystal that is aligned with divination. So when you are holding these rods, okay, spirit is moving through me and is controlling the rods. So they are swinging right now on their own because they're waiting for the next question. They're waiting for a question. So when the rods cross in an X, that means yes. When they turn out, when the tips of the rods turn out to the side, um, opposite. So rods, please show us a no. Please show Donna what no looks like. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, please show Donna what a yes looks like. Okay. So this is what a yes looks like when they are crossed like this. I am not moving them, they are moving on their own. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, we're going to go back to the questions. Okay. So the next question, Spirit, is from Donna. And Donna asks, did Celeste Rivas Hernandez, did her family give financial benefits to turn a blind eye to any type of relationship that Celeste may have had with David? Yes, Donna. So Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Spirit, so what you're saying is Celeste Rivas Hernandez's family allegedly were paid to just ignore that their teenage daughter was with this man. Okay. Okay, so that's a yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, the next question is coming from Sexy RN. And Sexy RN asks, was Celeste's family looking for a payday? They looking for a payday. Are they looking? Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Okay, thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. I'm going to sit these rods down so I can scroll through the next questions. Okay, so, okay, Lord. Okay, thank you so much for answering these questions, Spirit. Thank you so much. Okay, Spirit, the next question is from Sleepy B, and Sleepy B asks, is it possible that Celeste's family be brought up on charges once the trial starts, once David's trial starts? Is it possible that the family be brought up on charges? And please forgive me. Okay, yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. And please forgive me all. The gardener is here, the landscaper is here, so you can hear him blowing leaves in the backyard. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Sexy RN. Sexy RN asks, did Celeste's family know that David possibly unalived her, but they turned a blind eye? No. Thank you so much for the, Spirit. So what you're saying is Celeste's family had no clue about this, about the unaliving of their daughter. That's what you're saying. The family had no clue about the unaliving of their daughter. Yes. So, Sexy Arian, did the family know that he possibly unalived, or no, they didn't know? Thank you so much for that answer, Spirit. Spirit, we're going to move to the next question. The next question is from Empress Kia, and Empress Kia asks, is David's mother involved in this case? Is David's mother involved in this case? Oh, Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. So just to clarify, because we were here for clarity and truth, Spirit, what you're saying is that David's mother is involved in this case, the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She is involved in this case some way, somehow. All right, Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, we're going to move on to the next question. The next question is from, okay. The next question, Spirit, is from Donna. And Donna asks, did Celeste's family truly love her? Did Celeste Rivas Hernandez, did her family truly love her? Yeah, they loved her. They did. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. All right, Spirit. So we're going to go to the next question, which is from Sleepy B. And Sleepy B asks, so, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, she was found dead. She was found dead. As of right now, there is no conviction for her murder. Right now, David, he's being ordered to come to trial. Spirit, is there any other person involved in the physical unaliving of Celeste that is not David? They say no. They say no. They say no. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit. Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was found in a car that either belonged to or was owned by David, D4vd. Because of this, is David the alleged murderer? Is David the alleged murderer? Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Spirit. Okay, Spirit. So just to be sure, the theories and conspiracy theories and the chatter online on the internet is that David, D4vd, unalived Celeste Rivas. Is there any truth to that, Spirit? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, Spirit. We're going to move on to the next question. And the next question is from Donna. Donna asks, so being that we just went through the second Mercury retrograde of 2026, is that why the text messages are coming out now? Because they were held up because of the Mercury retrograde? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So, Donna, the answer to your question is yes. The answer to your question is yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, we're going to move on to another question from Donna. And Donna asks, does David's mother feel any remorse in allegedly helping to cover up? Okay, sorry. Donna, clarify your question again. All right, Spirit. belay that last question. We're going to wait for Donna to clarify. Donna, please clarify. I need specific people to ask. I need specific people to ask. Okay, so Spirit, we are waiting for Donna to clarify her question. Clarify your question about the mother, because I need to know which mother I'm asking about. And listen, I don't control how fast they're swinging. They are swinging on their own right now. Okay, thank you so much, Donna. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, Spirit, here's Donna's question. Donna asks, does Celeste's mother feel any remorse in trying to help cover up her daughter's murder, allegedly? Wait, so when was that? Okay, the answer to that is no, Donna, but for some reason I'm feeling like the question isn't correct. Okay, Spirit. So let me ask you a question, Spirit. Because Donna, your question is about Celeste's mother. Someone else was asking about David's mother, right? So being paid for them being together is not the same as her having anything to do with. Okay, Spirit, let me ask the question. Does Celeste's mother have anything to do with the unaliving of Celeste? No. Okay. So Celeste's mother didn't have anything to do with it. So she can't feel any remorse in covering up something that she had nothing to do with. Okay? All right, thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Empress Kia, and Empress Kia asks, is it possible that David's friends testify against him at the trial? Is it possible that his friends will testify against him in at the trial? I know what I'm feeling, and I felt the no, and I got the no before the rod said no. So the rod say no. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, is it possible that in the future it will change? That David's friends will testify against him at the trial? Is that possible? Yes. Okay, but what you're saying, Spirit, is that as of right now, David's friends will not testify against him at the trial. As of right now. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that. All right. The next question is from Donna, and Donna asks, does Celeste's mother regret allowing the relationship between Celeste and David to happen? Yes, she does regret it. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, I'm going to piggyback off of that. Does Celeste's mother regret allowing this relationship between David and her daughter to happen for financial gain? Is she regretting the turning a blind eye because money was involved? Is she regretting that? Yes. So the answer to your question, Donna, is yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Hey, Ultraviolet. Hey, Ultraviolet. All right, Spirit, the next question is from Donna. Donna asks, will Celeste's spirit find peace? Will Celeste's spirit find peace? Yes, her spirit will find peace. Thank you so much for that. I'm so happy to hear that her spirit will find peace. Please come in, everyone, and please like the video. Do not forget to put a purple crystal ball or a purple heart next to your question. Spirit, I have a question for you. Did being that David is the alleged murderer, did David write about this alleged murder in one of his songs? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. So, Spirit, so what you're saying is the alleged murderer, David, he told on himself in the song that he wrote about this. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Empress Kia. And Empress Kia asks, is there a chance that David will testify on the stand in this murder trial? Is there a chance that he will testify? Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, for answering the question, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, the next question is from CS, and it's a really good question. Spirit, please help her. Please help us out, Spirit. Was Celeste, did Celeste's home life, did Celeste have a good life at home with her family? Did Celeste Rivas Hernandez have a good life at home with her family? Did she have a good life at home with her family? No, she did not have a good life at home with her family. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. So, Spirit, the question from CS is CS asks, did Celeste's home life push her into a relationship with David? Was what happening in her home, did that push her into a relationship with David? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. 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 Um, yeah. Spirit, the next question is from Donna. Donna asks, is David there mentally? Like, does he have a mental health issue? Does he have a mental health issue? Okay. No, he doesn't have a mental health issue. Okay, Spirit, let me rephrase the question. Spirit, so there are people who are killers and they have like certain psychopathic traits and stuff like that. Um we don't know if he's the killer at all, but does David have any of those mental health traits that psychopaths have? No. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Does David have any of the traits that serial killers have? Does he have any of the mental brain chemistry traits that serial killers have? Yes. And this is why asking the right question is important. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Spirit. So his brain, would you say, Spirit, that David's brain has the chemistry, has the traits of someone who is a serial killer? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. So did he just did it's alleged that David is the murderer of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. If that is true, did he just decide to kill her one day? Was it just like a flip of the switch? He just decided to kill her one day? No. Thank you, Spirit. Being that the rumors are that David killed Celeste Rivas Hernandez, being that those are the rumors, if he did kill her, was he having obsessive thoughts about her that drove him to allegedly kill her? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, moving right along. Moving right along. Thank you for answering our questions. The next question is from Sleepy B. Sleepy B asks, was David manipulating Celeste in any way? Was he manipulating her in any way? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, y'all, please come on in. Come on in and please like the video. We are answering questions about Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the teenage girls who was found dead in the trunk of a car that David either owned or a car that belonged to him. Okay. And now he's been ordered to stand trial. So we are answering these questions. All right, Spear, we have another question. The question is from CS. CS asks, was David jealous about a guy that he believed Celeste was seeing? Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, Spirit. So, with that being the question, I'm going to piggyback off of that. Was Celeste seeing someone else that wasn't David? Was she seeing someone else that wasn't David? Was she romantically involved with someone else that wasn't David? Okay, so the answer is yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Donna. Donna asks, will the entertainment industry punish David for this by blackballing him? Will David be blackballed from the entertainment industry because of this? Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you for so much for answering these questions, Spirit. Okay, keep your questions coming. We are getting into it. We are getting into it. Spirit, I have a question. Is because David is someone in their entertainment industry or celebrity adjacent, is that the reason why it's taken so long for him to be ordered to stand trial? Yes. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay. Spirit, we're going to move on to the next question by Donna. Donna asks, will David's music be brought into court and analyzed for evidence? So is there a possibility that David's music be brought into court and analyzed as evidence? Yes, there is a possibility there. Possibility there. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, we are moving along to the next querent. The next querent is Very Cherry, and Very Cherry asks, did David allegedly unalive Celeste have anything to do with her threatening to expose him? So did Celeste threatening to expose David, did that have anything to do with her alleged unaliving by David? Yes. Yes. And I don't know to what you're referring, Very Cherry, but Spirit said yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for answering that question. Please keep the questions coming because I am learning from your questions. I am learning for your questions. So please keep the questions coming, and remember to be very specific when you ask questions. Use people's names and everything like that. Okay. So keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. So keep the questions coming. Okay, Spirit. I've heard that there are text messages surrounding this case, surrounding Celeste Rivas Hernandez's case. Is it possible that the text messages be presented in court as evidence? Okay, yeah. So they may pull out the text messages in court, y'all. They may pull the text messages out in court, y'all. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, so the next question is from CS. CS asks, at any point in time, did Celeste become pregnant by David? At any point in time, did she become pregnant by David? Any point in time? Yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. Thank you so much for answering that question. The next question is from Empress Kia, and Empress Kia asks, is it possible that there are more victims than Celeste? Is it possible that there are more victims? So the person that unalived Celeste, is it possible that that person has more victims? There are more victims. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Let me clarify the question. Spirit, is it possible that there are more murder victims, people murdered at the hands of the person who murdered Celeste? Is it possible that there are more victims? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, what do you mean, very true? You said in the pre-trial hearing, text messages were read referring to that. What do you mean, girl? Like I said, I'm learning all of this. I don't know anything about text messages. All I know is that he got to go to trial now. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much for answering these questions. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, is the murderer of Celeste, are they is Celeste's murderer afraid right now? Thank you, Spirit. Is Celeste's murderer afraid of going to jail for her murder? Okay, so Celeste's murderer is afraid of going to jail. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Spirit, we're going to move on to the next question. And the next question is from CS. CS asks, are any of the possible victims, any other victims who are victims at the hand of Celeste murderer, are any of those possible victims under the age of 18? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, would it be safe to say that Celeste's murderer is a pedophile? Would it be safe to say that Celeste's murderer is a pedophile? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, and thank you, Berry Cherry, for clarity. You're talking about multiple pregnancy terminations. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so Spirit said this person is a pedophile. Whoever killed Celeste is a pedophile. Is a pedophile. Is the reason that this story with David and Celeste, is the reason that this story isn't picking up that much traction because Celeste is Hispanic or Latin? Thank you so much. So if Celeste was white by United States definitions, if Celeste was white, this trial would have been picked up a long time ago. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, earlier Donna asked if David would be blackballed or punished by the industry, and you said yes. So is the reason that David will be blackballed or punished by the industry because he's literally like a low level entertainer? He's like C list, D list, and they don't care about him? Yes. Okay, so David is not that important. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. Spirit, the next question is from CS. CS asks, was David's manager involved in any way in the alleged was David's manager involved in any way in the unaliving of Celeste? Mm, Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So when you say yes to that, Spirit, does that mean things like covering for the murderer? David's manager would cover for the murderer, run interference for the murderer, things like that. Is that what you mean? Yes. Okay, so protection. Protection. So David's manager was involved in this unaliving of Celeste because the manager would run interference and protection, protect the murderer. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, we're going to move on to the next question from Empress Kia. Empress Kia asks, was David's friends involved in the disposing of her body in any way? No. Okay, no. So the answer to that is no. Okay, thank you so much for answering that, Spirit. Thank you so much for answering that, Spirit. All right, y'all. We are getting into the meat and potatoes of things. If you are just joining us, please come in and like the video. I would be most appreciative if you do come in and like this video. We are doing a psychic divination utilizing the divination rods as we ask questions about what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the teenage girl that was disappeared and found dead in the trunk of a car owned by entertainer David D4vd. So we are answering your questions using the divination rods, and we're getting into the thick of it. So if you would like to ask a question, just come on in, put a purple heart or a purple crystal ball by your question, and we will ask Spirit via these rods. And the next question goes to our good sis CS. CS asks, did Celeste's family know about any of the pregnancies? Okay, Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. And as we move on to the next question, Spirit, just want to thank you for your time today. The next question is from Empress Kia. Empress Kia asks, does David's brother know how Celeste died? Does David's brother know how Celeste died? No. Spirit says no, he does not know. He does not know. Thank you so much, Spirit. I want to go back to a previous question, Spirit. Spirit, you answered the question about Celeste and her family knowing about the pregnancies. So, was Celeste allegedly impregnated by David multiple times, more than once? Thank you, Spirit. Was Celeste impregnated by David 2 times? At least 2 times. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Was Celeste allegedly impregnated by David 3 times? Thank you, Spirit. 4 times. 4 times. 5 times, Spirit. Was it 5 times? No. So what you're saying, Spirit, is that Celeste was impregnated by David, allegedly, at least at four different times. Four different times. All right. Thank you so much, Spirit. And did Celeste's family know about each of the four pregnancies? Did Celeste's family know about each of the four pregnancies? No. Did they know about two of the pregnancies? Yes. Did they know about three of the pregnancies? No. But they knew about two of the four times that Celeste was allegedly impregnated by David. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. So, it's quite unfortunate. Spirit, with Celeste's family knowing about two of those pregnancies, did they think that she could be that Celeste could receive money from David because he's an entertainer if she had his babies? So like have a baby by David and get money, be a paid baby mama? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, baby. Spirit. Okay, the next question, Spirit, is from Empress Kia, and Empress asks, did David allegedly pay people to know Celeste's whereabouts? So did David allegedly pay people to track Celeste and know her whereabouts? Yes. According to Spirit, Spirit said yes. And I don't know where you all are getting your questions from. I'm just asking, and Spirit is saying. Okay, so Spirit. So what you're saying is David had an obsession with Celeste. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, and David's obsession with Celeste led him to possibly have people tracking her to know her location at all times because he's obsessed. Thank you, Spirit. Yes. Okay, Spirit. So with him tracking her, so he also was upset about someone else that she could have been seeing that wasn't him. Yes. Thank you so much. Spirit. So this man is not mentally well. He has the brain of a serial killer. He was obsessed with her. She had been impregnated by him multiple times. He obsessed. He paying people to track her. Okay. Thank you so much for answering the question, Spirit. Spirit. The next question is from CS. CS asks, did Celeste ever feel trapped being with David? Like she had no choice, like she couldn't get away. Did she ever feel trapped? Did she ever feel trapped? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. So CS, the answer to your question is yes. Yes. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit. Um, thank you so much for answering our question, Spirit. Thank you so much for answering our question, Spirit. Please come on in. Please come on in, like the video, ask your questions. We are asking Spirit about this Celeste Rivas Hernandez trial and David. And David. And David. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, at any point did David physically capture her, like kidnap her? At any point did he physically like kidnap her? Did he kidnap her? So no, he didn't kidnap her. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, Spirit. So we are going to the next question, Spirit. And the next question is from our good sis CS. And she asks, is it true that Celeste was only 9 or 10 when she met David? That's the word on the street. Is there any truth to that she was only 9 or 10 when she met David? Oh my God. Yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit. Because David is an alleged pedophile? Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, how old was Celeste at the time of the first alleged pregnancy by David? Was she 13? No. Okay, so was Celeste 14 at the time of her first alleged pregnancy by David? No. Okay, Spirit, was Celeste 15 at the time of her first alleged pregnancy by David? 15. Thank you so much for answering my question, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Very Cherry. And I'm going to break this down before I ask you. Okay, so in the previous hearing, text messages between David and Celeste state that David's bodyguard was going to pick Celeste up so she could run away with David. Will the bodyguard testify during this trial? Will the bodyguard testify about that during this trial? Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. The next question is from my aunt. And my aunt asks, was Celeste and David, were they married? Were they married? Spirit said no, they were not married. Spirit say no, they were not married. Thank you so much for answering that question. My aunt, Spirit said David a pedophile. It ain't me. Spirit said David a pedophile. Spirit, we're going to move on to the next question. The next question is from Empress Kia. And Empress Kia asks, will David be charged for the murder of Celeste? Do you see that at any point in time, David being charged for the murder of Celeste? Spirit says yes, he will be charged at some point in time. Thank you so much, Spirit. 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 We have a question from CS, and I'm sorry, girl, I didn't see it. We have a question from CS, and CS asks, was Celeste pregnant at the time of her death? Was she pregnant? No, she was not pregnant at the time of her death. Oh, God. As terrible as that is, thank you. Thank you for that, Spirit. But she was impregnated by David allegedly at least 4 times, correct? Thank you, Spirit. And notice how I'll ask the same question different ways and at different times because I just want to check. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit. The next question is from my aunt, and my aunt asks, did Celeste and David wear wedding rings? Yes. Okay, so they did wear wedding rings. Now let me clarify the question. Spirit. Someone asks, someone asked if Celeste and David were married, and you said no. Did you say no because children cannot consent to marriage? Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, was there ever a wedding ritual, a wedding ceremony between David and Celeste, even though children cannot consent to marriage? Okay, yes. So this is the answer to your question. And this is why I had to go back and clarify. Thank you so much, Spirit. So as a teenager, just like with Aaliyah, she can't say, yes, I'm going to be married. She can't say it. Children can't consent. There are children. So there was some type of wedding or something like that happening where they were, they went through the ritual, but she's a child. She can't consent. Okay. Yeah, she was just a baby. Just a baby. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, did Celeste's parents know about this supposed wedding between David and Celeste? Yes. Thank you, Spirit. So would in this wedding ritual between David and Celeste, did her parents sign the waiver or sign something saying that yes, my teenage child can get pregnant? I mean, can get married? Yes. Thank you so much. So this is very similar to R. Kelly and Aaliyah with like falsified documents with a grown adult marrying a child in a ritual. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. So there it is. And that's why I say we got to ask the right questions to get the right answers. Spirit says children can't consent, right? Spirit, you're saying that children, teenagers cannot consent to marriage. Okay? Spirit just said it right here. Children cannot consent to marriage because they are children. So that's why Spirit said no about it. So that's why we have to go back and clarify the questions. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. The next question is from Empress Kia. Empress Kia asks, does David have an alter ego? An alter ego. Okay, Spirit says yes, he got an alter ego. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Listen, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Like this is disgusting. This is quite disgusting. And honestly, this is affecting me more than yesterday's live stream. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. All right, Spirit. We have another question. Um, I think the person's name is Shanice. So we have a question from Shanice. Remember to put a crystal ball or a purple heart next to your question, please. Crystal ball or purple heart next to your question. Okay, the next question is from Shanice, 3287. And this person asks, are they going to find out that the parents knew about all of this? So will we, the public, find out that the parents knew about all of this? Will we find this out eventually? Okay, so yeah, Spirit said eventually we're gonna find out. Thank you so much, Spirit. Will it during the trial, will it come out at the trial that the parents knew about all of this? Okay. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. Spirit. The next question is from Empress Kia. Empress Kia asks, did David's alter ego unalive Celeste? Did his alter ego unalive Celeste? No, his alter ego did not unalive Celeste. So what you're saying, Spirit, Celeste's murderer murdered her with with who they are. They murdered her. No alter ego, correct? Nah, baby, ain't no alter ego. Ain't no alter ego. Just the murderer's just sick, just a sick individual. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Yeah, we're answering these questions. We are answering these questions about the David, any alleged relationship with Celeste Rivas Hernandez, her family, what her family may or may not have known, what happened to her. We're answering your questions live. Answering your questions about this situation live, honey. And like I said, honestly, this is gross. It's disgusting. Because I think all pedophiles need to go into the wood chipper. That's just me. They don't need jail because these people cannot be reformed. That's my belief. They can't be reformed. They need to be either locked up or go to the wood chipper. Spirit. I'm gonna ask you a question, Spirit. People who are pedophiles, can they be reformed? Can pedophiles be reformed? Spirit said no. Pedophiles cannot be reformed. Spirit, do pedophiles they deserve imprisonment because they are harmful to society? Pedophiles deserve imprisonment. Yeah, they supposed to be in jail. Spirit, do some pedophiles deserve the death penalty? Do some pedophiles deserve the death penalty? Absolutely. Get rid of these people. Get rid of them. Thank you so much, Spirit, for answering the question. Next question is from Empress Kia. Empress Kia asks, did David have other girlfriends besides Celeste? Did he have other girlfriends besides Celeste? Hmm, Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit. These other girlfriends that David had, did they know about Celeste's death? Did David's other girlfriends know about Celeste's death? No, they did not know. They did not know. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for answering that. Okay, Spirit. We have another question. The next question is from Ma'at, and Ma'at asks, did David's mother and father know that David and Celeste were married? Spirit says yes. Ma'at, Spirit says yes. Thank you so much for answering that question. Like I keep telling y'all, um, get rid of these people. Spirit, I have a question for you. Spirit, you said that pedophiles cannot be reformed, and you said that pedophiles deserve to be imprisoned, and you also said that some pedophiles deserve death. Spirit, as a spiritual worker, a witch, a root worker, a magician, Spirit, it's okay to hex pedophiles, correct? Y'all better hex these people. You better hex and curse these people. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit. The next question is from Sexy RN. Sexy RN asks, David's other girlfriends, are they alleged minors? Were they alleged minors at the time of their romantic entanglements with David? Yes. Yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. And you said yes to that question because, Spirit, you are saying that David is a pedophile. He's a pedophile. Yes, a pedophile. Thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. Thank you for answering that question, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Isis. Isis asks, um, okay, Isis, reformulate that question because I don't understand it. Okay, Sexy RN says Q has worked hard for the last 2 days. Feel free to bless her with the cash app. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we're sitting here, we're getting down to it. We getting in the spiritual business of what the hell happened to that baby. Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her sick, disgusting relationship that she can't consent to with David. Okay, the sick relationship with David. And listen, Spirit said hex the pedophiles. That you can hex them. Hex them. Spirit just said hex them. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm answering your questions. Come on, come on. We're gonna go for about another 20 minutes. 20 minutes. This is probably gonna be an hour and a half stream. We're gonna go for about 20 minutes. Right. Okay, so we're going back to Isis spirits. Spirit. Isis asks, did the girlfriend that David had pose as a Celeste decoy know that he allegedly unalived Celeste? So the Celeste decoy, did she know about it? Did she? Spirit says yes. Isis spirit said yes. Spirit said yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. Yeah, this is pretty disgusting. This is pretty disgusting. But yes, it's a lot. It's absolutely a lot. So spirit, David had a Celeste decoy? Is Spirit had David had a Celeste decoy? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit, for answering the question. So he had a Celeste decoy. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. And I can feel my anger rising because it's just like people who know about this stuff and like they don't do anything, like they are not protecting children. They are not protecting children. They are not protecting these children. They are not protecting women. They are not protecting girls. They are not protecting children. They are not protecting the vulnerable of society. They are not protecting the vulnerable of society. All right, Spirit. We are waiting for any more questions to come from the chat. And our next question is from Ma'at. Ma'at asks, was one of the girlfriends, the Asian girl, was one of David's girlfriends, the Asian girl, in his videos? Spirit says yes. Ma'at Spirit says yes. And I don't know why you asked that question. I am learning from all of you today. Spirit says yes. Yes. Thank you so much. So Spirit said, yeah, that's one of them. Spirit, we have a question from Empress Kia. It is alleged, the word on the street is that David unalived Celeste. If that is true, did David plan her death? If that is true, did David plan her death? Like premeditated murder? Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, so what you're saying is the death of Celeste was no accident. It wasn't an accident. No, was not an accident. So, Spirit, what you're saying is Celeste's death is premeditated murder. Is that what you're saying? That it was premeditated murder? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. The next question is from CS. Okay, CS, what you just typed out is very disturbing. Very disturbing. Okay, so Spirit, is it true that Celeste and David were having sexual, intimate relations on a Twitch live stream? Oh my goodness. I am literally getting sick to my stomach. Okay, thank you for answering that, Spirit. Like I have tears welling up in my eyes. Spirit, this live stream, this Twitch live stream that CS is referring to, was that a cry for help? Was that the Twitch live stream that Celeste is referring to? Is that a cry for help? Okay, so Spirit, when Celeste said that David was having relations with kids on a Twitch live stream, was that a cry for help? Yes. Thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. Oh my goodness. The next question is from Ma'at, and Ma'at asks, was David and the Asian guy in a sexual relationship? David and the Asian guy that Ma'at is referring to, were they in a sexual relationship? Spirit says no. Spirit says no. Thank you so much for answering that question, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Empress Kia, and Empress Kia asks, was David going to blackmail Celeste? Was he going to blackmail Celeste? Spirit says no. No to blackmail. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Spirit. Okay, the next question is from Shanice. I hope I'm saying your name right. Shanice 3287. And this person asks, are Celeste's parents part of the occult? No, Celeste's parents are not part of the occult. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, are David's parents part of the occult? No, none of the parents are part of the occult. None of the parents are part of the occult. Thank you so much. Because someone asked earlier if this was a ritual. This is not a ritual. This was just a sick person doing sick shit. Spirit said that David has the mind of a serial killer. Spirit, I just want to ask you again, for those who may have just come into the live stream, you said that David has the mind of a serial killer. Are you still saying yes to that? That David has the mind of a serial killer? Okay, they said yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, y'all, we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes, probably not even that long. Probably not even that long. Please get your questions in. Get your questions in. We are looking into the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case that is tied to entertainer David D4vd. Okay, so we are answering these questions. Yeah, my flabbers are gasted, but I mean, as much as my flabbers are gasted, it doesn't shock me because pedophilia is a thing. These people are sick, gross, and disgusting, and Spirit said it is okay to hex them people. So go ahead and get your spell work together and hex the fucking pedophiles because they are out here harming children. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit, for answering all of our questions. Thank you so much, Spirit, for answering all of our questions. Y'all, I am too through right now. I am too through right now. I am too through right now. Okay, Spirit, I have a question. If David is convicted for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, will he serve at least 5 years in prison? Thank you, Spirit. If David is convicted for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, will he serve between 5 to 10 years in prison? Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, if David is convicted for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, will he serve more than 10 years in prison? No, no. Spirit says he will not serve more than 10 years in prison. Of course, we have to see what happens, but this what these rods said. Okay, Spirit. So what you're saying is if David is convicted for the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, he will serve between 5 to 10 years in prison, but no more than 10 years in prison. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, if David is convicted of the murder of Celeste Rivas, will the conviction be first degree premeditated murder? And I felt that one coming. No. Thank you, Spirit. If David is convicted for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, will it be second degree murder? No. And I felt that one coming. No. Spirit, if if David is convicted for the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, will he be convicted of manslaughter? No. Interesting. So I don't know what other charges. I don't know what I don't know what other charges he can come up with. Um second degree murder? Second degree murder? Not first degree, second degree? First degree, second degree? No. What other charges are there? So not first degree, not second degree, not manslaughter. Not manslaughter. Okay. Is there some other charge that, some other charge that he can be convicted of? Like convicted of her murder, I just don't know what it's called. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. So yeah, I gotta look that up. Ah, Spirit. Thank you for that, sexy RN. Spirit. If David is convicted for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, will it be a charge like involuntary manslaughter? Yeah, that's the one. I could feel it. Thank you so much. So, involuntary manslaughter. Wow. Thank you so much, Spirit. So, with involuntary somebody look up what the what the sentence is for involuntary manslaughter. I don't know where this trial is taking place, but look up what the sentencing is for involuntary manslaughter. Someone look up what the charges are, the length of the prison sentence for involuntary manslaughter. I don't know what's I don't listen. We don't know what these court systems are doing. But remember the Epstein files, all these pedophiles running around here, they don't care. They do not these people do not care. That's why y'all got to learn this magic and protect your children. Because they don't care about these pedophiles. They like these pedophiles. They the same ones. Okay, so the charges for involuntary manslaughter is 16 months to 10 years. Okay, so that's why Spirit said that. That's why I said no more than 10 years. Okay, that makes sense. Spirit, in this trial, will the court will the trial prove that he was with her underage? Okay. So it will come out in this trial that David was with her and she was underage. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because he was obsessed. Spirit. Word on the street is that David allegedly murdered Celeste. Did did he allegedly murder her because he was obsessed with her? No. Spirit. Okay. Word on the street is that David allegedly murdered Celeste. Did he murder her because he thought if he can't have her, no one can? So, Spirit, what you're saying is this is a case of jealousy. It was premeditated, but it's pretty much jealousy. And there you have it. There you have it. So I want y'all to see what Shanice Archer said. 16 months to 10 years. This is why Spirit said no more than 10 years. Thank you so much for answering the question, Spirit. Spirit, Sexy Arian asks, is it possible that David will take a plea in this case? If convicted, will he take a plea deal? Will he take a plea? Yeah, it's possible that he'll plea. It's possible that he will plea. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm only going for 9 more minutes. I've been on this live stream 1 hour and 21 minutes. I'm going to get off in 9 minutes. Okay, Spirit. The next question is from my aunt. My aunt asks, will pedophilia be part of the charges? No, pedophilia will not be part of the charges because these people are disgusting and a lot of them are pedophiles. The answer to your question, my aunt, is no. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much for answering the question. The next question is from Empress Kia, and Empress Kia asks, if David is convicted of the murder of Celeste Rivas, will he receive the death penalty? No, girl. No, we just went over that. He might get convicted of involuntary manslaughter and serve up to 10 years, no more than 10 years. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, the next question is from Sexy RN. Sexy RN asks, will the prosecution offer David a plea bargain? Will they offer him a plea bargain? So yeah, it's possible that they will. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much. Baby, these are pedophiles. The Epstein files ain't taught y'all nothing. The Epstein files has taught us that there is a separate world where these disgusting people just do whatever, and the rest of us as humans, as humanities, we are cattle, we are sheep, we are playthings to them. Okay, and they hoard money, they hoard resources from the rest of us. That's why you got to do your magic. Okay, that's why you got to learn your magic and do your magic to help you and your family, because they are out here casting spells on people. Okay, they are out here casting spells on people, on society. Okay, on society. Thank you so much for answering all these questions, Spirit. Spirit, wow, this is a lot. Spirit, will the trial, David was ordered to stand trial. This trial, will it end before the end? Will the trial be over with before the end of 2026? The trial be over with before then? No. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, the trial that David is ordered to come to, will that trial be over with within a calendar year? So ending sometime in 2027. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Spirit, we're going to move on to the next question. The next question is from my aunt, and my aunt asks, will David not be charged with pedophilia because David and Celeste were married? No. So the answer to your question, my aunt, is no. Okay, Spirit, piggybacking off of this, will he not be charged with pedophilia because pedophilia um, is secretly okay in the entertainment world and amongst a lot of people? Yes. So, Ma'at, to answer your question, no, but it's because they want to protect pedophilia. Thank you so much, Spirit. So, what you're saying is that the Epstein class and the people that like pedophilia, they will do anything to protect pedophilia. Anything to protect pedophilia. Yes. Anything to protect pedophilia. These people are disgusting. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, because you and I have morals. These people don't have morals. They don't have morals. They don't have morals. Okay. There are people out here talking about a 9-year-old is a woman when she gets her period. So these people would say that when Q was 9 years old and I got my period for the first time, that I was a woman and I was ready for pregnancy. These people are sick and disgusting. Okay, thank you so much for answering our question, Spirit. Spirit likes these questions, right? Spirit, the next question is from Shanice Archer 3287. Spirit, and she asks, will the Black community in the United States of America defend David? Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, will the Black community defend David the same way that a lot of them defended R. Kelly? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Spirit, will the Black community globally defend David? Yeah, they're gonna defend him. They're gonna defend him. They're gonna defend him. They're gonna defend him. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, will they use these text messages that came out to try and say that Celeste Rivas liked what was happening between her and David? Yes. Yes. So, Spirit, what you're saying is they will try and use these text messages, whatever these text messages say, to victim blame a child for being with an adult, for being with an adult. Yes. Thank you so much for answering the question, Spirit. Thank you so much. I'm sick of it too. I'm sick of it too. It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Thank you so much for answering our question, Spirit. Okay, we got 3 minutes. The last few questions. Get your last few questions in, because I'm going to end the stream. The last few questions. Last few questions. Last few questions. We talked about the family. We talked about all these people. Mm-hmm. We talked about it all. Last few questions. I'll take 3 more questions and then I'm going to close it down. Yeah, I must be an alien too, because ain't no way. Ain't no way. And as someone, I was a child when I was sexually molested. As a Me as a person, I think all of them should go into the wood chipper. That's me personally, because you can't reform these people. They're sick and disgusting. You can't reform these people. Spirit said it's okay to hex these people, curse these people, because they can't be reformed. They are a danger to society. They need to either be in prison, or some of them deserve the death penalty. Okay, Spirit. So the next question is from CS. CS asks, does David feel any guilt for what has happened to Celeste? Any guilt? Boop. No. No guilt. No guilt. No guilt. Thank you so much, Spirit. And Spirit, for anyone who may be watching right now, Spirit, you said it is okay to hex and curse pedophiles, correct? You said it's okay to hex and curse pedophiles? Absolutely. Get the hexing and cursing these pedophiles. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay? The Spirit said curse these people, hex these people, curse these people, hex these people. Okay? Okay. So no, he don't feel any guilt. He don't feel any guilt, allegedly. He don't feel no guilt. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Two more questions. If anybody has another question, now's the time. I will take two more questions and then that's it. Two more questions. He is specially protected. He is specially protected, but yes, he is specially protected and he is part of the destiny of the United States. We went over this, what, like last month or so? So, but yeah, that one too. He's specially protected. All right, Spirit waiting. Okay, the second to last question, Spirit, is from my aunt. And my aunt asks, does David still have a soul? Does he still have a soul? Does he have a soul? No, he has no soul. He has no soul. Spirit said no. No soul. Excuse me. No soul. Spirit, would it be okay to classify David as an evil spirit? Would it be okay to classify David as an evil spirit? Oh, they went out to swing, yes. Yes, Spirit said he an evil spirit. He an evil spirit. Thank you so much, Isis, for offering a membership to someone. Isis, may your blessing to the chat be returned to you 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Thank you for your generosity. So Spirit said he an evil spirit. Spirit said he doesn't have a soul and he's an evil spirit. That wasn't me, that's what Spirit said. Last question, y'all. One last question. One last question. Let me just thank you so much for that, Isis. Okay, last question. Last question. Last question. Thank you so much, Shanice. Shanice says, thank you so much. I know this reading was a hard one, and I'm sorry for what happened to you. Be blessed always. You be blessed as well, too. Yeah, this reading was a lot. This was more than the Nolan Wells yesterday. This was a lot because I felt that as a child that wasn't protected. I felt that as a child that wasn't protected. I felt that. I felt that. Yeah, I felt that. Thank you so much for that. I felt that. I just teared up a little bit. Thank you for that. All right, y'all. One last question. One last question. One last question, and we're going to get out of here. And please be sure to share this with someone that, may be following this case, that may be interested in this case. I haven't seen any of it online, so all of this that you all are asking is news to me. Yeah, I said I'll do one last question. One last question. One last question. One last question. Anybody have a last question? All right. If no one has any other questions, then I'm going to get out of here. That kind of ended on a little emotional note. But listen, please share this with someone who needs it. Ooh, spirit. Spirit, you got one more question in you. You got one more question in you. You wait for spirit. Spirit said yes. One more question. One more question, y'all. One more question. Thank you. One more question. Okay, let me see if I have a question. Spirit, does David think that he will be protected from being convicted, possibly going to jail? Does he think he's protected? No, he doesn't think he's protected. Okay, thank you. Is he worried? I just want to ask again, is he worried about maybe being convicted and going to jail? Is he worried? Is he worried? Okay. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. All right, y'all. Oh, my arms are hurting from holding the rods that way, but we got through it. We got through it. So, yeah, this was a lot. This was a lot. Um, yeah. Shanice says, I'm a psychic reader myself, so I know this is hard and people think that it's easy. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And every time I'm like energetically in these things, like I just have to have a moment. Um, I just have to have a moment. So, hey, D Dub. D Dub says, I came in late but didn't want to interrupt. I just want to say hi to everyone and thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, D Dub girl. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, if you just came in and you want to see what was asked, please go back and rewatch the video. Um, so that you can see the questions that were asked. Don't look at my nails. So that you can see the questions that were asked and what Spirit had to say about these things. So we will see what comes up as this trial moves forward. Spirit said this trial is not going to end until sometime next year. Spirit said that he's a pedophile. Spirit said that she was pregnant 4 different times by him. Spirit said that they were married, but Spirit said children can't give consent. Spirit said you're supposed to take down the pedophiles, do what's right for society. Spirit said a lot. So go ahead and go back and watch this video, rewatch this video. Okay, and get you some answers. So we will all be paying attention to the trial. I did not want to taint the reading in any type of way. I just wanted the information to come. Like I said, I didn't know anything about these text messages, y'all. So I love y'all very, very much. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will see you all in these YouTube streets. All right. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Take care of your loved ones. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'm out.